Yo, guys, I hope you're well. So, guys, we've come to the end of the week where the Labour government has done a U turn, not only on the Winter Fuel Allowance payments for pensioners, but it's also done a U turn. We heard yesterday with Keir Starmer announcing that there will be a full and proper inquiry into the grooming gangs that have caused so much heartache and pain for our nation's children, particularly girls, over the last so many decades. So, guys, I just wanted to bring this to your attention just to speak to you very quickly about this. So, I have an absolute abhorrence to all of these grooming gangs, the people involved, whether they're the lowest level or the highest level. And on my channel here at Tornit TV, I've tried to speak out on the grooming gangs on many occasions. But I have to admit, I've looked at the trends and I've looked at the analysis, and every single time I've spoken out on grooming gangs, YT has deliberately, I don't even know what to say on this, but YT has deliberately even downgraded my figures. It's definitely buried the topics so that they don't come out to any of you guys. But YT, in its wisdom, and I'm not into conspiracy theories or anything, but I can tell you that I've actually seen my numbers being reversed. It's almost like they clock it. Do you know when they clock cars? My numbers, the viewing figures, have definitely been clocked by YT, and I don't know why. So, guys, I did a reaction a while back about whistleblowers, and I'm sorry to say that being a whistleblower is the worst thing you can possibly be in this world. No one likes a whistleblower. And one of the reasons people don't like whistleblowers is because they have identified either negligence or compliance within your company, within your government, within whatever field it is that they've blown the whistle on. So all this rhetoric and all this garbage about, oh, yes, if you see something wrong, report it. No, 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 no. They hate anyone who reports anything that is amiss. So if you look at people like, say, Tommy Robinson, who's done his best to report on the grooming gangs, you look at anyone who's involved in the grooming gang scandal, who's been reporting on it and who's been blowing the whistle, they've all been punished. All of them have been punished for blowing the whistle. So if you're a whistleblower, I think you just need to think twice about it, because your life will never be the same again. And that is such a sad thing. I don't know what it is about these people, but if you highlight something which is wrong, something which is not right, they do not like it, and they blame you for reporting it and highlighting it to them. It's crazy, isn't it? I always say, guys, that we live in a topsy-turvy world, and we very well do. We live in a topsy-turvy world. So my thoughts on this grooming gang scandal. So allegedly, Keir Starmer, Rachel Reeves talking about it. Keir Starmer's on his way to the G7 this weekend. He thought he had to do something and speak up about this. And this is because the Labour government are under pressure from Reform UK. They're under pressure from recent elections, by-elections, that have shown that the public is not happy with them. So on areas like grooming gang scandals, on areas like the Winter Fuel Allowance, and other areas around education, other areas around farming, etc., 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 and also around migration. The Labour government is being told by everyone around that people are not happy and they should be doing something about it. So it looks like Keir Starmer is finally recognising that he can no longer stick his head in the sand. He can no longer say, no, 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 no. He has to do something about it. So he is trying to save face by saying that this recent review by Baroness Casey has highlighted new evidence. So there will be a national grooming inquiry or a national inquiry into the child scandal and the grooming of our young girls and children. So, guys, it's going to be very interesting to see what turns up, what is turned up, what they uncover. But from my perspective, I really want to see not only those perpetrators, those PDFs, punished and the full threat and the full force of the law thrown at them, But what I want to see even more than that is the people who facilitated this, the people who are in authority, the people who knew about this, the people who turned a blind eye to this, the people who told other people to shush, shush on this. Those people, the facilitators, those people in positions, the social workers, those people in positions of power who knew what was going on and told people, no, nothing to see here. They need to be punished to the full extent as well. And also those police and those other people in authority who actually had the temerity to say to these young girls, all underage, all abused, or even worse than that, I can't say it on my channel. They actually accused these girls of being child prostitutes. Really? You cannot be a child prostitute. There's no such thing. It is against the law. And if you think about it, these people who were using and schooling these young girls to do such things, those were the people who should have been arrested. Those are the people who should have been interviewed and interrogated. And those are the people who should have faced the full force of the law. I'm sorry, guys, my hay fever's playing up now. And yeah, so these are just my thoughts. I just thought that you need to know this. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm feeling so ill today. So it's not as joined up as it should normally be. But yeah, so all we know now is Starmer's relented. He's admitted and he's agreed to a full inquiry. We want to know, when will this inquiry take place? How soon will this inquiry take place? How long? What's the timeline for this inquiry? And what will be the outcome of this inquiry? What will be the repercussions and the punishments of this inquiry? Is the inquiry just looking into those perpetrators? Or is it looking into the facilitators? And is it looking into the people who turned their backs? Do you remember the Hillsborough inquiry? Do you remember what happened when initially they blamed the Liverpool fans of being the reason why that terrible tragedy happened at Hillsborough? Do you remember that? They blamed the Liverpool fans. And this is what they do. They always blame the victims. They blame the victims first until a bit of digging and inquiry goes in and you find out that the victims were actually victims, nothing more, nothing less. They weren't the perpetrators. They weren't responsible. The same thing, and it happens all the while. There's patterns here. No matter what we look at, no matter what inquiries, at first they always blame the victims and they let those people who were the perpetrators go scot-free. It cannot happen again in this situation. So those who facilitated, those who buried their heads in the sand, those who told people to shush, those who accused the young girls of being child prostitutes, and others, they all need to face the full force of the law that Keir Starmer always goes on about. These people need to face justice. Justice must be done, and justice must be seen to be done. So guys, I think I'm going to change the title here. I'm not going to call it anything to do with grooming gangs, because YT always does its best to hide these videos, not show them to you. So I don't know why that is. I really don't. But yeah, please help me and watch these videos and let them get out there. So yeah, I just want to wish you all a great weekend. Look after yourselves, look after each other, and please come back to the next one. Guys, take care.